As you can see, this new RDX and RDX A-Spec deliver on the dramatic new design we showcased with the prototype. Built in America on an all-new Acura-exclusive platform, the new RDX sports a powerful new turbocharged engine with a segment-first 10-speed transmission, and the return of torque vectoring, super handling all-wheel drive. Inside is even more innovation. The super premium cockpit houses next-generation Acura features and technologies, including all-new Acura sports seats designed for spirited driving and available in class-leading 16 power adjustability. A new ultra-wide panoramic moonroof, standard on all grades, that is among the largest and widest in the class. A new ELS Studio 3D sound system with 4 roof-mounted speakers adds a new dimension in sound from top to bottom. And our revolutionary new Acura True Touchpad interface that creates an intuitive, driver-centric telematic experience. This is the 3rd generation of RDX, and like its predecessor, it's built in Ohio. But it's the first to be designed and developed in America, with styling conducted in our Acura studio in California. I asked some members of the design team to share insight into the design of this new RDX lineup, the authentic materials, the overall sports cockpit concept, and the all-new True Touchpad interface. It's all part of the radical rethinking of the relationship between driver and machine, and it's unlike anything on the road today. Like the RDX itself, this new system is a ground-up clean sheet design, an Acura-exclusive approach that takes the best elements of a touchscreen and the best of a remote system and combines them into one intuitive, flexible, and high-performance design. Now, why are we making such a big deal about this? The goal of creating an easy-to-learn, easy-to-use infotainment system is a challenge that's facing the entire industry. Our solution, validated by hundreds of hours of research, is built entirely around the driving experience. And it takes just minutes for customers to learn to comfortably operate. To give you a little more perspective, we asked the system's lead engineer, Ross Miller, how the True Touchpad interface fulfills our thinking for a driver-centric experience. Now, as good as the system may be in the static setting like the auto show, the real aha moment comes when you're behind the wheel. And we look forward to sharing this experience with you in the weeks and months ahead. And that really brings me to the 3rd and final part of our story today, performance. It starts with our new Acura exclusive platform, designed from the ground up as the foundation for a new level of handling, precision, ride quality, cabin quietness, and much more. There's an all-new body design using over 50% high-strength steel to help reduce RDX's unibody weight by nearly 20 pounds, while outperforming the previous generation in torsional, bending, and lateral rigidity, to directly benefit the RDX's handling response and precision. To that, we attached our most sophisticated chassis ever, with a fully engineered front suspension, variable ratio steering, a completely new 5-link rear suspension, and other key performance technologies. Under the hood, RDX has the most powerful 2-liter turbo engine among its key competitors, with 272 horsepower and 280 foot-pounds of torque, providing immediate and powerful acceleration response. That's the highest torque output ever for RDX. And in the low RPM range, torque is up 40% over the outgoing V6. We pair that new turbo engine to a segment-first 10-speed transmission that takes full advantage of the turbo engine's flat torque curve with a quick and seamless shifts. It's an amazing combination that elevates RDX to an entirely new level of power, comfort, and response. The new powertrain also benefits fuel economy, which will increase over the current model. Finally, there's a next-generation super handling all-wheel drive with torque vectoring capability. It's something offered just by a few select competitors, but often in their most expensive performance variants. In normal driving, up to 70% of the RDX's turbocharged engine torque is sent to the rear wheels. And to create incredible traction, agility, and cornering prowess, up to 100% of that torque can be sent independently to either rear wheel. Taking handling performance to the next level, our dial-operated integrated dynamic system, inspired by the NSX, will allow the driver to select from 4 distinct modes that fine-tune the steering, throttle response, suspension, and more. Altogether, it adds up to a greater performance, higher fuel economy, and the quickest, best handling RDX yet. So our engineers have pulled out all the stops to deliver on our ideal image of Acura performance in a compact SUV. And several are performance experts in their own right. Acura is a performance brand, and you can see that in every corner of the organization. Riding shotgun in that video was Chad Gilsinger, who not only led the dynamic tuning of RDX, he's a member of our associate-run race team campaigning the NSX GT3 in the IMSA series. And the driver was none other than the incredible Catherine Legg, part of the Michael Shank race team that carded a second-place finish in Daytona in January. We're thrilled to have Catherine here with us today. Would you come upstairs?
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us, what do you think about the RDX?
I love the RDX, as I alluded to in the video. Not many cars these days evoke that emotion, and driving this car, looking at this car, driving it, it just gave me that wow factor, and so I approve. I actually put my order in for one.
That's great. I'm going to ask you a tough question in front of everybody here. If you had to choose between an NSX and an RDX, what would you take?
That is a loaded question. I'm very fortunate that I get to drive the NSX on the racetrack. So I think as an everyday driver, I would definitely choose the RDX. And did you know that the RDX actually has some of the NSX technology? It's kind of trickled down. So I feel like part of my race car is in this car also.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Catherine. So to sum it all up, we're very excited and confident about this all-new 2019 RDX. With an all-new powertrain, class-leading features like ultra-wide panoramic moonroof, Acura Watch active safety technologies, and the new True Touchpad interface, all standard, RDX has a combination of design, packaging, performance, and prestige that marks a turning point for our brand. It's the first in a whole new generation of Acura products. We really appreciate your time and attention this afternoon.